Welcome everybody. How y'all doing? It's Friday and we have new friends today. So this one on the couch, her name is Gemma. She's the leader of our pack. The reason that she's normally not down here is because if she sees something out the window, she has to alert the whole world. So I'm just gonna go with it. She hasn't been barking that much, so I don't know, we'll see. And then if you guys were here, I think it was Wednesday, Piston was with us. Oops, don't look at the deck. That's as low as I can go. There's Piston. And I'm saying his name and he's not jumping up. You know? It's Aquarius season, it's all about authenticity, so I'm just being authentic. This is what my world looks like when I'm not trying to look fancy when I'm recording, and I don't care who's in my face. Oh, look at him. He's our big boy. His birthday is actually in 11 days. My Pisces boy. I'll leave the camera a little bit on them because they're fun to watch. All right, who's here today? Hello, Christine. Happy Friday. Jess and Jackie. Hello. Michelle, Nicole, Catherine, AJ. Hi, Angel. Michelle. Hello. Carrie. Good morning. Debbie and Suzanne. Hello. Happy Friday, Lisa. Hello, Tam. Yes, Christine, that is how you spell Gemma. 2 dogs and 5 small parrots. Is that what you've got going on at your house, Nicole? I love that. Good morning, Michelle. Lucy's got your noodle with you. So cute. Hello, Gloria. April is sleepy in Japan. I'm actually really sleepy today, too. I did not want to wake up this morning. Good morning, Deborah. Hi, Lori. All right, if you guys are new to me, this is just throwing me off a little bit. I know he's so cute, but I feel like it's pointing down at my belly. If you're new to me, my name is Jacqui Mancuso. I'm joining you guys from Northern Illinois, and I am here to talk about the sun entering Pisces. We're first going to talk about wrapping up Aquarius season because I have way too much to say about that to just breeze right over it. And then we'll talk about the sun entering Pisces on Sunday, which is bringing us into the final sign of our zodiac year. Jess is so sleepy too. Yvonne, curious about the energy of this moon, some tension at work. I don't have much to say about the moon today. We're talking about the sun and the other planets, but that tension, I can just say this because I've seen it in my life, I've seen it in friends' lives, I've seen it in the people's lives that my friends know. Like, everyone's pissed off right now. Everyone's angry. Everyone is feeling that Mars energy. Mars is passion, aggression, ambition, motivation. Mars and Pluto came together on Wednesday. Pluto is the god of the underworld. Pluto shows you the underbelly of what you don't want to look at. Pluto shows you the shadow sides of things so that you could get the full picture. So Wednesday, that became exact, but the energy is like gong resonating out through the week. Yeah, a lot of emotions, a lot of anger, a lot of distress. That word just came up. And it doesn't, your anger wants to serve you. Your anger wants to show you something, to push you in a certain direction. And so it's not here to just have you feel angry and pissed off and then so what? This energy comes up so that you get angry and then you use that anger to go do something else. So, Lisa, I'm too tired to be angry. That's really funny. Carrie is fired up today. Happy Patty. Happy Friday, Patty. Look, she's staring right at us. She's the best. Look, if you could see, she has a little diamond on her crown chakra. I've always thought that she just has like that pure white light connection to above. I love Gemma. They're so cute. I could stare at them all day. All right, so on Wednesday, just 2 days ago, we discussed Venus in Aquarius and what that means for her journey until March 11th, as well as her conjunction to Pluto, which will be exact tomorrow. So the Venus conjunct Pluto is softer than Mars conjunct Pluto. I wish I could channel this anger into a good rage cleaning. Then why don't you, Jess? You can. If you missed the live on Wednesday, you can find me on YouTube just by searching my name and watch the replay over there. And I think it might give you guys, and actually Monday we talked about the Mars, Pluto. Wednesday we talked about Venus, Pluto. This week, I feel like that Pluto energy just makes everything so much stronger. So if you missed it, head to my YouTube channel and check that out. Then this afternoon, so Friday afternoon through Sunday evening, speaking in terms of Central Time, we will have 5 planets in Aquarius before the Sun enters Pisces on Sunday evening. So we will have the Sun, Mercury, Mars, Pluto, and Venus is entering Aquarius later today. 5 planets in Aquarius for 2.5 days, placing so much emphasis on friendships and community, how we collaborate with others. Aquarius is also linked to the future we see for ourselves and for those around us. And Aquarius also brings attention to the innovations that can benefit our vision for the future. So that energy has been around for the last month. The Sun has been in Aquarius since January 20th. But these few days upcoming with 5 planets in Aquarius, it offers a lot of support for your authentic self. So if there's a part of yourself that's been screaming to come out, but you've been pushing it down, maybe due to fear of judgment, fear of rejection, this Aquarius stellium, so when 3 or more planets are in the same sign, we call it a stellium. This Aquarius stellium is offering you the energy that you need to show your true authenticity. Just a quick anecdote. There's a girl that I follow on TikTok. Her name's Hope, but she's about my age, and she comes on and she just shares these stories, and she's often she's finding a lot of synchronicities in her life, and she just explains how these things come about and how it's all just magic and wonderful. She's a Gemini, so she speaks very well. This morning, she posted a video, and someone had commented on her TikTok saying, "Post a video without the pauses." And she was like, "How dare you?" Jokingly, like, "How dare you ask me to be authentic on this social media platform?" And that's the energy that I'm feeling. Like, stop editing your stuff. Stop second guessing your words before they come out. Just be it. Just say it. Just shine you for these next few days. I mean, forever, but like these next few days are a good time to just go. Just start the thing. So when I was making my notes about all this authenticity, the universe, these 5 planets in Aquarius are supporting you, I was wondering, have you guys ever seen 16 Candles? John Hughes movie. Towards the beginning of the movie, at the school dance, there's a scene where 2 parents are pushing their son into the dance, and he doesn't want to go to the dance because he's probably fearing the rejection that's going to come when he tries to ask a girl to dance or whatever. But the parents know that it's what he needs in order to grow, in order to get over his fears, right? And the parents in that scene feel like the 5 planets in Aquarius this weekend. They're doing it out of love. They're pushing you to do what you need to do. Fun fact about that scene, the dad who pushes the kid into the dance, he was the theater teacher at my high school. So it's one of my favorite movies for that reason. But this support of authenticity, coupled with the Chiron North Node conjunction that I've been going on and on about, this conjunction becomes exact on Monday. They've been building at that same degree for about a week, and this conjunction will continue to play a big role for the rest of the month. But on Monday, they meet exactly at the same degree, same minute in the sky. So we have Chiron, the wounded healer, in conjunction with the North Node, the destiny point in the sky, in the sign of Aries, the sign of the self. So the energy right now, coupled with all this Aquarius authenticity, it's time to heal a part of yourself, a part of your personality, a sense of yourself. The universe is saying it has to happen. North Node, it's destiny, it's fate. It has to happen one way or another. So you can either face your fears and do it the easy way, walk into the dance on your own, walk up to that girl and ask her to dance on your own, on your terms, or you can allow the universe to push you into something unexpected, like the parents pushing you into the school dance, and you might feel out of control. But we all know in the end, everything works out. So there's really nothing to be afraid of. But the universe is saying it's time to show your true self, even if you're still figuring out who that is exactly. The universe wants you to take a crazy chance. Just try it. Just take the mask off and show. You might find some people disagree, but you might find some people that are like, oh my gosh, I need you in my life. I need you in my life. So this brings me to why we're actually here today, which is to talk about the sun entering Pisces. The sun enters Pisces this Sunday evening, February 18th, which brings us into Pisces season, which will last until March 19th. That's great to hear, Michelle. Everything I said confirmed what she just learned on her retreat. So Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac wheel. So Pisces is naturally linked to endings, dropping the ego, letting things go, dissolving parts of ourselves that we no longer need. So while the sun shines through Pisces, things may become more obvious to you that are no longer working, that are holding you back, that are keeping you attached to an old reality, an old story of yourself or your life. Pisces is a mutable water sign. The mutable signs are the ones that come at the end of a season. Pisces closes out the winter season for us in the Northern Hemisphere. And water signs are linked to emotion, intuition, dreams, depth, and healing. So Pisces season offers us a time to heal through ending certain cycles, through dropping things, letting them dissolve, letting them float away. Pisces is the last stop before we start again in Aries. And the zodiac wheel is cyclical, meaning that there's a time and place for everything. So just in the last few months, we've accumulated a lot of stuff, a lot of energetic stuff, a lot of spiritual stuff. It's the nature of the cycle. Just in the last 2 seasons, Capricorn season, we chose some long-term goals for ourselves. We loaded our New Year's resolutions on our shoulders. And even if you do that thing where you just choose one word to embody in 2024, that's still a big energy that you're choosing to now carry around for a whole year, on top of all the other energies that you need to carry around on a daily basis. And then through Aquarius season, we added on more hopes and dreams for the futures. If I practice, if I embody this word throughout this year, I can create this type of future for myself. And you start to see it. You see the possibilities. And so you add more energy, more expectations, more innovative ways to create this reality that you want. And all of this is wonderful. It all happened in the right time, in the right place. Now, as the sun enters Pisces, this is where we get to put down the things that we've been carrying that we don't need anymore. This is like the energy of looking through your closet and finding clothes that you haven't worn in 3 years. And it's not like they're bad clothes and you have to shun them out of your life and throw them away. Like maybe it was your favorite outfit at some point in time. But now you've acquired new clothes that are more comfortable, that make you feel more like yourself because they represent the version of you that you are now. And maybe 2 years ago, even after you stopped wearing this outfit, maybe 2 years ago you weren't ready to get rid of the outfit that you used to wear all the time because you weren't sure that you would continue to like the new clothes that you've been wearing. But Pisces season is a time of facing your fears of surrender. Maybe it is time to clear space in my closet of that outfit that I've been holding on to just in case. because this outfit is taking up space that's meant for the new clothes, the new style that you've already been embracing. And there's nothing wrong with adopting a new style. It's actually quite refreshing. The colors are brighter, the fabric quality is higher, the yoga pants aren't super stretched out and saggy. But if you have to let go of clinging on to the old, you have to let go of clinging on to the old outfits, because you can't jam another outfit in the closet with those old clothes taking up space. So I invite you this Pisces season, February 18th through March 19th, I allow you to do this, guys. I invite you to allow your intuition to show you the mindsets that maybe once served you, that no longer serve you. The fears that you needed to get through a time of survival that you can put down now. You don't need to be afraid of that big scary thing anymore, because you've already beaten that boss in your life. You've already overcome that. Maybe it's time to repurpose that fear outside of yourself. So coming back to the clothes that you are getting rid of, metaphorically speaking, they don't have to go in the garbage. You can box them up and donate them. It doesn't mean that the whole world has outgrown the same things that you've outgrown. There are people out there who would absolutely love the clothes that you used to wear. Just as there are others out there who need the protection of the fear that you're still clinging on to. And this isn't to say go up to people and tell them that the end times are coming and they have to be afraid, but it's that release of energy. This is where the universe steps in. This is where the surrender becomes so powerful. When you tell the universe, I'm done carrying this, I don't need to be afraid of this thing anymore, I don't need to have this part of my personality anymore, and you say, let it go. Thank you, I'm done with it. Let it go. You're letting the energy leave your body so it can find its own way to the next person who needs that at that time. So Pisces season is a time to let it go if it's not for you anymore. And don't worry, you have a whole month to settle into that, to allow your intuition to show you what's holding you back from what you really want. We can only accumulate so much stuff. Now it's time to clean the closet. So we're going to pull two different decks. We're going to pull 4 cards from 2 different decks. Gloria's literally moving. It's time to move on. Shauna loves it. April says energy is transmuted to serve the highest good. Yes. And anytime, so there's also fear in the spiritual community sometimes about like putting bad juju onto others, or like putting bad energy onto others. And my favorite way to think about this is moldy food. So like your bad energy can look like moldy food. You don't need it anymore. It's no longer good. You're not going to eat it anymore. It's not serving you. But before we started throwing everything away and wasting stuff, what did we do with moldy food? We composted it. We put it back into the earth. We repurposed the stuff that doesn't serve us anymore because it's bad. But that doesn't mean that the earth accepts it and says like, oh, this is bad. I don't want this moldy food. No, she takes it and she says, oh my gosh, thank you. This is exactly what I needed to replenish my nourishment, to replenish all my nutrients so that I can feed these seeds that you've already planted with more nutrients. Patty says, OMG, as you speak, I'm posting stuff to my Buy Nothing group. I used to love this stuff, but it's no longer me. It's time for someone to love. Yep. Hi, Tolkien. Sandy, both your kids are moving to different states. It's just that next phase of the cycle. Anique loves a good purge. I'm also cleaning out my dear friend's mother's apartment today. On Saturday last week, we just cleaned out our shit room in the basement, and it felt so good. It was 2 years in the making, and it didn't take us that long. You know, when you work together and you put your head down and say like, all right, it's time to let go of some stuff. We threw things away that was clearly garbage. We have a box of donation stuff that other people can use. And we have a pile of stuff that we can sell, things that actually hold value that we can get some exchange for. And then we kept a bunch of stuff too. And it was just so nice to clear it out. Dina says, today, be your true self, even if you don't know who that is. Start now, don't hold back. You're welcome, Dina. I love that, even if you don't know who that is. Because there was a time when I thought I had to be a version of myself in order to be accepted, and I didn't know who I was. And I'm probably still finding layers underneath this personality of who I really am, and that's cool. But there was a time when I had no idea who I was. I had no idea what I liked because I was just doing what everyone else was doing. Because everyone else was getting praise and had all the cool friends because they were doing this thing. And you can't figure out who you really are until you try. Until you listen to that inner voice that maybe just squeaks at you when you're about to make a decision and your voice says, no, I'd rather do that other thing. The more you start to follow that, the louder that voice will get. And that's the voice that leads you to the life that's actually meant for you. So take our bad energy and send it to Gaia. Yeah, trust that the universe will do what it needs to do with the energy. Your role is to do this, to let it go, to drop the attachment. So the first deck that we're going to use is the Healing Waters Oracle because it's Pisces season. And we're going to ask, what does Pisces season have in store for our highest good? Plain and simple. What does Pisces season have in store for our highest good? Carrie says, drop the mic. Not yet. It's Aquarius season with the North Node and Chiron conjunct in Aries. It's time to speak up. You speak into that mic now. Then when Pisces season comes, then you can think about dropping the mic. I know you didn't mean it like that. I just had to make a joke. Feel free to send your energy into this deck asking, what does Pisces season have in store for your highest good? Lisa says, I have to move by the end of summer and I've been getting rid of stuff every day. Even my favorite ottoman that my cat totally destroyed at the corners, and I was using it like a couch and I loved it so much. Excuse me. But I had the junk truck come and take it along with my broken air conditioner. And every day I'm going to try to throw another box. Sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes the things are worn. They've served their purpose. Mind you, as well, guys, I'm a Taurus. I love my things. I hang on to things for dear life. And I'm thinking back to when I was a kid. I had better style when I was like in school and I had to like impress people with my clothes. And I'm an Aquarius rising. I'm super quirky. I would wear the coolest, most mismatched, but they worked outfits, whatever. And I remember, like, my parents would tell me, it's time to clean out your closet, it's time to clean your room, and I was like, no, I love these clothes so much. And there were a bunch of times that I had to, like, look at this t-shirt. It didn't fit me anymore. I didn't like the length. I didn't like how it felt when I was wearing it, but, like, man, did I love the message on this t-shirt. And I had to come to peace with, like, it served me. I expressed myself through this. It's gonna be okay. And I did that time and time again, and it was still hard every time I did that. But I never once missed the t-shirt. Once it was gone, I just knew that there was going to be another cool shirt that came up. And then I actually had the space in my closet to go to the store and buy the cool shirts. And it's okay. It's okay to let go of stuff. And this is coming through too. If it's physical stuff that you're not ready to let go of for sentimental value, you can always take a picture of the thing and it will still invoke the same memory as the object itself would invoke if you need to clear space. It's a tactic I've used as well. So, what does Pisces season have in store for our highest good? He's going to help us today. You see that? And a card fell out when I pointed to him. Yep. All right. I am going to let 3 cards fall out of the deck for us. I always do group readings. And after the cards fall out, I'm going to show you the card backs. And that's when you get to ask your own intuition which cards might have a stronger message for you. And what does that mean, ask your intuition? That means just notice If anything changes in your environment, in your body, in your intuition, if you just know a card between 1 and 3 is speaking to you, go with it. If you feel nothing, your intuition's not broken. It just means that the whole reading holds equal importance for you. But we got these cards pretty fast. Piston the Pisces is helping us out. So we're asking, what does Pisces season have in store for our highest good? Welcome, Jen. First time here. Sophia's right on time. I'm going to show you the same card back 3 times. Okay, you're going to see the same image. It's the back of the card. But just notice if anything feels stronger or different. What does Pisces season have in store for our highest good? Here's the back of card number 1. The back of card number 2. And the back of card number 3. I love it. He's stirring this up this time. So let us know in the chat which cards are resonating with you. And I will show them one more time. Gary, hopefully there's a message in the cards for surrendering emotional baggage. But we'll talk about that. The back one more time of card number 1. What does Pisces season have in store for our highest good? The back of card number 2. And the back of card number 3. Well, let's see who's working with what cards. Should that be which? My grammar people, who's working with which cards? Who's working with what cards? Jackie, 3. Wow, jumping chat. Jackie, 3. Gloria, 3. Diana, 3. Carrie, 2. Sandy, 2. Sarah, 1 and 3. Lisa, 2. Lisa, 2 and 3. Michelle, 2. Leanne, 2. Michelle, 1 and 3. Patty, 3. April, 2 and 3. Patty, 2. Tolkien, 1 and 3. Sophia, 2 and 3. Courtney, 1 and maybe 2. Mimi, 1 and 3. Diana, 3. Lisa, 2. Tracy, 1 and 3. Lisa, 15, since my birthday is March 15th. We don't have 15 cards. We don't even have 6 cards if you deduce that. Dana, 1. Greg, 1, 2, and 3. Angel, 3. Lisa, 2. Stephanie, 1 and 2. Jen, 3. Nancy, 3. Nicole, 2. Anique, 3. Shauna, 2. AJ, 2 and 3. Deborah, 1 and 3 both times. Deb, 1. Suzanne, all. Chantel, 2 with hunger. Huh. Thank you, Lisa. I would be witch. Nikki, 3. Michelle, all 3 second time around. Kelly, 1. Monica, 1 and 3. Carrie, 3. Karen, no, you should not see a difference with your physical eyes. I showed you the card back. Just like a deck of cards, the back looks the same. We're using our intuition. But if nothing's coming up, don't worry about it. Just take the whole reading. Tyla, 2. Michelle Mabel, 1 and 3. Lori, 2 and 3. Christine, 2. My kitty Richter was dreaming and moved both times on 2. That's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of, if something changes, like I was watching the dogs the whole time. That's what I'm talking about. Nothing's a coincidence. Everything is magic. If you get to make that shift in your mind. Magic doesn't show up until you decide that it exists. Anyway, Janelle, all 3. Maybe a card will have number 15 on it. Thank you, Jackie. Doggies are so steepy. I love them. Christine, Stephanie said, my kitty did something both times when the second card was shown twice. I love that. I'll keep an eye out. These cards don't have numbers, but I'll keep an eye out if 15 comes up on the page numbers, and I'll make a note. Let me take a sip of water. Stephanie, magic has been happening since I arrived. Magic is happening 24/7. You've just been noticing it. Just as a reminder, we're using the Healing Waters Oracle. And we are asking, what does Pisces season have in store for our highest good? card number 1 today is the rainbow. Sweet relief, new beginnings, a new way forward. There are countless myths from all corners of the world that feature rainbows. In most cases, the rainbow symbolizes a bridge between heaven and earth and is a sign of good fortune. Perhaps the most widely known story comes from Irish folklore. It says that there's a pot of gold waiting at the end of the rainbow, guarded by a leprechaun, which St. Paddy's Day does fall in Pisces season. In Norse mythology, if I say this wrong, Bifrost, the rainbow bridge, connects Earth with Asgard, home of the gods. Ancient Japanese folklore says that rainbows are bridges that the ancestors of humans took to descend to Earth. In the Old Testament book of Genesis, God sets a rainbow in the sky as a comforting symbol to humanity that he will never again destroy the earth with floods. In this oracle, the rainbow is here to comfort and reassure you that the future is full of hope. If you've been going through a challenging time lately, the rainbow is your sign that there are clearer skies ahead of you. Rest deeply in the knowledge that the rainbow brings with it a feeling of sweet relief and a simpler future. There are new beginnings beckoning you forth. There's a clear and vibrant way forward, and the path is steady, with opportunities for deep joy, safety, comfort, and peace. This card comes with an affirmation, so if this is resonating with you, I'll say this twice. I am ready to welcome the new beginnings that are waiting for me. The affirmation for this card, I am ready to welcome the new beginnings that are waiting for me. So what does Pisces season have in store for your highest good? Literally everything you've ever asked for. Relief, letting all that stuff go. Oh my gosh, it feels so good to let go of it. As I was reading this card, I was getting the image of, so when I go into a meditative state, when I do any kind of work, I always first ground down and then I connect upwards. And I normally just throw a cord up and it doesn't necessarily have a color, but I was seeing a rainbow coming out of my crown chakra and going up to the universe, going up to heaven, going up to whatever higher entities that you decide to connect with. And that's what you can use to send your shit up, to send all the emotional baggage that you want to get rid of. Visualization is a lot more powerful than I think we give it credit for. Because it's not instant, it doesn't feel like it's happening right away, but the more you visualize, the more it's happening. But it's on an energetic level, so it's lighter. It's not as, like we hold a lot of density in this 3-dimensional world. So when you visualize it, it's just like layer by layer. So if the rainbow spoke to you, if you want to welcome in the new beginnings that are waiting for you, maybe use that rainbow visualization and send. And that's also like already transmuting the energy as it leaves you, passing it through the rainbow, giving it back to the gods. So interesting. Thank you, Christine, for typing that affirmation in the chat. I'm ready to welcome in the new beginnings that are waiting for me. There are new beginnings coming for me. I feel it, but haven't seen it yet, Stephanie. That's probably a sign that there's some energetic baggage that's blocking the new beginnings from coming in. So this Pisces season is the perfect time to ask, like, what is ready to go so that I can welcome in the new? Sarah, this card is the one I felt the strongest pull towards, and it's everything I needed to hear today. Oh, Christine, the rainbow bridge for animals. And my sweet boy Richter will be passing over soon. He'll be your connection. Someone that I've met through like the spiritual world contacted me the other day, and he wants an appointment, and that's great and whatever. And then he was like, hey, this is the community that I'm a part of, and it's called the Rainbow Bridge. And I was like, that sounds like passing over kind of stuff. And it's just really interesting that that came up today. Lucy, one was definitely for me, especially after my dog crossing the rainbow bridge. Thank you. Got a dash. Lots of love, Lucy. Nice to see you. Yesterday with my Patreon folks, I shared a picture of Piston, this white dog, who was standing here in this room, and I have these like sun catcher window clings, and he was covered in rainbows. And rainbows are strong right now. Interesting. Reminds me of something I've been telling myself, where focus goes, energy flows. I say the same thing, where attention goes, energy flows. Is the Rainbow Bridge the Bifrost like on Thor? Do I have any comic book fans that can answer that question? Or Norse mythology fans? I'm not sure. Jesse, I breathe in the 12 rainbow rays of God consciousness with grace and ease, and exhale love out into the world for the liberation of all beings. That's so Pisces of you, Jesse. Aren't you a Pisces sun and moon? So Pisces. Stephanie, yes, rainbows came to me before. I hope I can look back in my journals and see where they lead me to. See if this can help me get a little more clear and focus. Cool. So that was card number 1. Card number 2 from the Healing Waters Oracle. What does Pisces season have in store for our highest good? Card number 2 brings us King Tide. Plenty, prosperity, receiving the fullness of life. An especially high tide that occurs several times a year when the moon is either new or full and is closest to the earth in its monthly orbit. The king tide swells the waters of the world. The king tide is a time of plenty and abundance. It's a time when everything seems to be at its fullest and most alive. This card delivers a message of receiving all that you've created, of opening yourself up to truly enjoy the bounty of where you are while it's here. Like in summer, when the days are at their longest and our energy seems to be at its fullest, we are encouraged to embrace all of life with open arms, to receive wholly and fully while we can. Perhaps you've been working toward this moment for a very long time. This is your reminder to enjoy it while it's here, to welcome all that knocks on your door, to experience all that life has to offer you right now. This is a card of full blooming flowers and the season of summer. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. Lie on the soft grass and take in the view. Do what you love and what makes you come most alive. Relish everything in this moment. What you're longing for is ready for you to embrace it. Be ready to receive. This card comes with a inquiry. I don't like that word. There's 2 questions you can ask yourself. What have you been working toward? And how can you open yourself up to receiving it more fully now while it's here? What have you been working toward? How can you open yourself up to receiving it more fully now while it's here? So this is something that I'm super guilty of, and I am not ashamed to admit it. I'm always thinking about what's next. How do I build more? How do I make more? What's the next thing? And I often forget that, like, I've created a bunch already. Everything that's happening right now was created by me, co-created by me with the universe, right? So you've done the same in your life. And are you falling into that pattern of, it's not perfect, so I have to do the next thing. It's not perfect, so I must need something else. It's not exactly what I want, so I must be missing something. I must have to work harder. This card wants you to sit back and embrace everything that you've already created. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. More fruits are coming. Bigger fruits are coming. But if you don't stop and enjoy the fruit that you've already produced, when are you ever going to see the fruit that you are producing? That's just getting you stuck in this producer, constantly producing. But when do you get to enjoy it? When does it end? Diana says the king tides are amazing. I saw them recently on the coast of Oregon. Cool. Emma just bought this deck. Yes, yes, yes. My kitty left and heard you call her card. She came back into the room for this. I love that. Is king tide like a big kind of tide that happens? Wonder how it looked in person, Diana. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, I have no idea. I'm a Midwesterner. I don't know anything about tides. Amanda, I'm so happy I joined this morning. I have been panicking with the feeling something will happen to cause me not to graduate on the 28th, but these messages are helping me get out of my Virgo overthinking and enjoy the fruits of my labor. Beautiful. That's so beautiful. There have been messages also. I started getting these in December last year. The same thing, that like everything that you've been working for is about to pay off. Just keep going, just a little bit more, just a little bit more. And when it comes to universal timing, a little bit more can be like 6 years. But it just felt really strong that it was like right on the brink, right on the other side. And then I pulled cards personally for my 2024, and I felt that same, like the first 3 months were kind of like getting going. And then like April on is just beautiful. April through December, beautiful cards, beautiful, beautiful. So that's kind of what this is showing me. And what I've noticed, guys, my own personal life, I bring it into my readings a lot, and then it resonates with everyone. And I think that's because I'm so in flow with the astrology. Like, learning about it makes my life represented, and then when I talk about what's going on with me, it represents the whole astrology, and then you guys are resonating with it as well. So that's why I share so many personal stories, because they really do relate to all of us. If you're vibing with this energy, you're on the right plane. But this king tide is saying, like, open your arms to everything. And when you open your arms, I just saw an image of the king tide, right? Like, there's so much coming at you. And again, I'm a Midwesterner, don't know what the king tide looks like. But I would imagine that if you're standing on the shore line with your arms open and the king tide comes in, you're going to get knocked over so hard. You're going to fall on your ass. You're going to be like, universe, what the F? What are you doing? Why is so much coming at once? But it's what you've been asking for the whole time. And your arms are open and the universe knows you're ready. You're going to fall onto that soft sand. But it's not only, like, you don't get to filter. When you open your arms, you don't only get the blessings. You're going to get some lessons too. But the lessons lead you to the blessings. Let's see what card 3 says. I wonder if it's going to wrap them together, cards 1 and 2. And then we also are going to pull another card from a different deck with a different question. April 8th, big eclipse. That's right, Helen. Big eclipse on April 8th. It's very personal to my chart as well, so I'm super excited for that. Anique says, I love Jacqui's stories. They're so helpful. Thank you. Kaylee, this is the Healing Waters Oracle. Emerald Isle, North Carolina. Synchronicities, right? This rainbow card was talking about the Irish folklore rainbows, and we're talking about St. Paddy's Day that's happening in Pisces season, and emerald and all that stuff. Joanne says, this is a wonderful way to start this new day. First time with you from California, and also working on downsizing and preparing to move. See? When you flow with the universe, you link up with like-minded people. You just flow. It's all flow, and then it brings us together. Super cool. Sandy, this card nailed my situations. I'm ready. Yes. Awesome. I think for me, it means I'm going to get what I've been asking for, a car, since mine's dead. Allow it to come in. Mindsets can block blessings. That's usually where all your blocks come from. There's something, and it might not even be a conscious thought. It might just be like an ingrained belief from childhood, an ingrained belief that your family still holds, an ingrained belief of the world, that there's something in there that you're like, I just don't deserve that. That's not for me. And that's poppycock. I haven't said that word in a long time. That's one of my favorite words. It's poppycock. You get to decide what you deserve. With the car thing, I've been talking about this for years, and I'm not losing hope. I am manifesting myself a Ford Flex, a white Ford Flex with a black roof. And every time I see one driving on the street, I say, that's for me. Look it, that's my car. And I just keep saying it. And it's okay. It's not time yet. Apparently I don't need it right now. I still desire it. And when it's ready to come, it'll come. Card number 3. What does Pisces season have in store for our highest good? Card number 3 brings us the gentle force. Consistency, persistence, patience, the long game. Over time, a single drop of water has the power to shape even the hardest, most solid materials, from stone and rock to cliffs and mountains. In fact, water is responsible for crafting most of the stunning landscapes of this world. We can learn a lot from water in this regard. How consistent action, day after day, month after month, year after year, decade after decade, can create steady, lasting change. A hagstone is a stone with a naturally occurring hole through it caused by erosion. For the Celtic people, they were good omens and were thought to offer protection. So many people give up before they begin to see results. But deep-rooted change takes time. The most magnificent creations require committed crafting. We all have passions, but what most people don't do is commit to see these things and master them. We're all beginners of something. The great masters, musicians, and artists of history were too. Commit to your passions. Throw yourself into what you most long to create. Commit to showing up day after day. Small steps taken consistently make a world of difference. If you commit to your creations with grounded daily action, in a week or a decade from now, you'll be blown away by what you've created. There's no rush. Consistency is key. Be like the drop of water on the hagstone. Play the long game. Don't burn out before you really begin. Be patient and keep showing up. Here's the soul inquiry question. How can you show up with more consistency to what you're longing to create? How can you show up with more consistency to what you're longing to create? I had like 4 stories in my mind and they're all gone right now. Okay, so here's the thing. There's cycles of nature. There's cycles of life. Every time you're reaching for a big goal, there are roadblocks in your way. And sometimes the roadblock pushes you way off track and you say, must not be for me. This came up, it's not easy, must not be for me. And maybe at the time, it's not. Maybe your energy isn't ready to move past that roadblock. But when you start to feel the cycles of life and you start to predict when the roadblocks are coming, it happens and you're like, oh, this is just part of the journey. It's just that part of the cycle. It's just that part of the hero's journey. This is supposed to happen. If I push through this right now, it's going to pay off. Pisces season is showing us something with that. And what I'm getting more strongly with this is because Pisces season, being the end of the zodiac, being mutable water, representing closure, healing, letting things go, I feel like there's a lot of you who have this, here we go, Gary, here's your emotional baggage. You feel like there's this baggage, there's this negative energy that's just with you and you can't drop it. And not just Gary, this is for everyone. You feel like no matter what healing work you do, it just doesn't get through. It just doesn't help. You've been doing all this healing, but you still have these beliefs and you still have these fears and you still have these memories and like, what the hell? This card, especially for Pisces season, is saying just keep showing up. Just keep doing the work. Pick what works. Find that cord cutting meditation on my YouTube channel, Cord Cutting Jacqui Mancuso. Find that releasing guilt and resentment meditation on Insight Timer, Jacqui Mancuso. Find whatever works for you. If it's a 5-minute mantra that you say to yourself every day, what was the rainbow mantra? I am welcoming in the new beginnings, or something like that. If you have to repeat to yourself every single day, I am choosing to let go of the emotions that are no longer serving my highest good. Day by day by day, just keep doing it. You might feel like you're crazy, but then one day when you start to, oh my gosh, it's doing that Zoom thumbs up thing. It's so weird. One day when you actually allow yourself to enjoy the fruits of your labor, you'll realize, I'm so proud of myself that I showed up every day and I did that cord cutting meditation every other week and I allowed myself to feel my feelings every single day. It pays off. The more you allow yourself to enjoy the fruits of your labor now, you'll be able to feel the result of all the work that you've done in the past, and that makes it easier to dedicate yourself to do the work for the future. So what does Pisces season have in store for us? We're not even done with the whole reading. I have one more deck with one more question. Pisces season first wants us to connect through the rainbow with the universe, with every higher entity that has our highest good in mind. Because there's stuff that is trying to come in that we're blocking. Our mind, our energy, something is blocking, and it might be unconscious. But by showing up every single day consistently to do the work, gentle force, guys. This is a gentle practice. When you know that you're doing something that's right, when you know that it's good for you, but you're not seeing the results pay off right away, that's okay. Pisces season wants us to use the gentle approach. Just keep doing it. Don't force it. Keep doing it. Persistence, dedication. P says, your dog looks like Bambi. She is, look at, she even knew. You're talking about me. She looks like a fox. She looks like a deer morphed. I asked to be really open to source guides. I feel like they are adjusting my ears and sound. That's great. I've been seeing a lot of like shadow figures. Actually, just yesterday, like 12 times. I was like, I saw a person there and there's no one there. It's cool. I'm going with it. I was going to say she looks so much like a baby deer this morning. She's so cute. Helen, the long game always works. Yeah, sometimes you just get frustrated and fed up. Like, I've been doing this for years. When is it going to pay off? Usually it's when you stop waiting for the payoff and you just accept everything that you have. That's when the next step comes. But we have one more deck with one more question, because we still have to close out Aquarius season. Pisces season doesn't start till Sunday evening. So we're going to ask the Moonology Messages Oracle for advice to close out Aquarius season with our big giant Aquarius stellium. Authenticity through the weekend. Advice from the Moonology Messages Oracle. Feel free to send your energy into this deck. If you have joined after 8:15 Central Time, we've been here for 55 minutes, you can always hop onto my YouTube channel where I post the replays of these videos. So if you want to re-listen to my big astrology talk about what's happening right now, search my name on YouTube, pretty easy to find. If you have been enjoying today's session and you'd like to offer an energy exchange in the form of a donation, they're always appreciated. If you haven't followed me yet on Insight Timer, please feel free to do so that you can be updated when my new classes post. I am here most Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It depends on what's happening in the sky. I follow the astrology, and by following me, the 15 never came up. I'm just letting you guys know. That was in the back of my mind. 15 never came up. If you follow my Insight Timer channel, then you can see when I post my new classes. That's it. I have an Astrology 101 course on Insight Timer if you want to take a 13-day audio course to have an idea of what the heck I'm talking about when I come on here. I'm actually hosting a webinar next Thursday. And this is where I'm going to show you guys how to find a planet or a point in your chart so that when I talk about stuff on Insight Timer, you can go back to your natal chart and say, oh, I know what this means for me. I get it now. So if you want information on that, you got to be on my email list. You can join that through my Insight Timer bio. My link tree is there. All my links are there. The email list is right on top. And then last little thing, maybe Sunday. I'm trying to decide if I want to send this out Friday or Sunday. But I always make these fun Spotify playlists for all the zodiac seasons. So I'll have a link for my Pisces playlist. It's all like regular songs. It's not like spiritual woo-woo music. It was really funny when someone in the chat here, she was like, oh yeah, I went to your playlist and I was surprised to see that it's actual music. But yeah, it's like songs that we actually listen to that I feel embody the zodiac seasons, and they've just been so fun. So I'll send that out on my email list also if you want to be notified of that. Dana, there were not affirmations for cards 2 and 3. Those questions came through. This deck, the Healing Waters, she breaks it into like affirmation cards and then inquiry cards. So the first one was an affirmation card. The last 2 were the inquiries. And if you want to see the text update, the text reminder of the cards, if you join the group that I have on Insight Timer, it's called Our Spiritual Community. You can get to that through my Insight Timer bio. Our friend Bonnie, she takes the text of all the cards and she reposts it in that group every day. So you can always go back and reread. And she captures the whole thing. So like those affirmations, the questions, they'll be there in Our Spiritual Community. Did you still have the first card that fell out? That was card number 1. Are you talking about when I was shuffling the first deck? That's what yeah. Charlotte, Tracy, Aaron, and Monica, thank you guys so much for your donations. They're very much appreciated. Stephanie says, I am experiencing this again too, shadows and now sounds. I think closed off because it scares me, but I'm trying hard to stay calm and open. Yeah. Greg, the big North Node and Chiron conjunction, it's fully conjunct on Monday. Am I going to be here on Monday? No. This is the last time I'm seeing you guys before it becomes conjunct. But it's such a big moment. It's been building. Monday is when it comes conjunct, and then it's going to reverberate through the rest of the month. When's your live about it? I've just been sprinkling it all over the place. And here the crow came back. I don't know if it's the same crow as the other day, but cool. Love the playlist and the Astrology 101 course. Michelle's halfway through. Yes, I thought you put aside the one that fell and then pulled 3 others. No, the first card that fell out was the rainbow. That was the first one. We're all magicians. Okay. This is advice to close out Aquarius season. So we have until Sunday evening to close out Aquarius season. And this is from the Moonology Messages Oracle deck. And the card that we got is Follow the Moon, Watch for Signs with the butterflies. What is the universe telling you? It's important to learn how to read the signs coming your way. What signs are you being sent? Apparently the crow, because it just came back before I read this card. Learning to read the signs is a big step along the spiritual path. They can come in the form of dreams, music, numbers, or patterns. Your life themes are signs of what is going on in your consciousness. There are signs all around you, and you need to see them. Alternatively, in the coming 24 hours, ask the universe for a concrete sign of some kind about your questions. For example, ask to see a rainbow. It says it in the book. Ask to see a rainbow or a pink unicorn, whatever feels right to you, and then keep your eyes peeled. There is your answer. This card can come up as a sign to change your behavior or your focus. Pay attention. The signs are everywhere. What are you seeing? This card can also be a gentle reminder to get back into the healthy routines that will help your life tick over more smoothly. Meditation will help you. Oh my gosh. The way someone does one thing is how they do everything. It's a theory. Open your eyes, listen to your intuition. A spiritual self-care routine will help. Open up to divine guidance. Oh my gosh. Open up, King Tide, to divine guidance, the rainbow. Stick with it, gentle force. Ask the universe for a rainbow as your sign. And if you see a double one, the universe is talking. Are you listening? So, this weekend, I do this all the time. I ask the universe for specific signs with specific time constraints, because the dimension of time doesn't exist in the spiritual realm. Time exists here. So we need to communicate that when we ask for signs. So this card said it beautifully. Within the next 24 hours, if blank is in alignment with my highest good, show me blank. And then keep your eyes peeled also. And know that if you're asking for a rainbow, that doesn't mean that there has to be a rainbow in the sky. Someone can have a rainbow on their t-shirt. You can see a rainbow sticker. You can see a rainbow shining through a window on the floor. You can see rainbows anywhere. A rainbow can come up in a reading. The synchronicity in this reading is kind of blowing my mind. Helen's looking for the pink unicorn. Amber calling me out. And this is what I was talking about earlier. There's magic everywhere, but you have to open your eyes to see it. It has been smacking you across the face your whole life. It's been there. Life is a metaphor. Life is so metaphorical. The fact that the crow came back, if you guys were here a couple weeks ago, I don't remember when it was, a week or two ago, I was like about to read a card or something, and the crow came and almost entered my house through the window and then sat on the roof of my neighbor's house, and it meant something to all of us. And then right before I read this card about watching for the signs, here comes the crow. So you can look stuff up online and see what other people think of the symbols. That's a really good place to start. But then the more you tune into this type of magic of the universe, the more you start to get your own understanding of what all of these symbols mean. So you don't need to look it up every time. That's it. This is just so perfect. And I've seen a rainbow and a pink unicorn yesterday. A rainbow can be on your dog. Yeah. Absolutely. Can you hold up the box again? Here you go, Stephanie. This is the Moonology messages. Our chakras are a rainbow. Stephanie has seen 7 rainbows in the last few days. There's a rainbow on the box. Yep, Stephanie. Look at that. Sandy grew up on Rainbow Road. Is it time to play Mario Kart? I don't know if anyone's my age here. I think my whole following has me by like 20, 30 years. Awesome. Jen's been seeing many angel numbers lately. Yeah. Courtney, Amber, you guys are with me. Yeah, Rainbow Road. That was always like my favorite. And then you fall off the side and you just fall into the abyss. But it's okay. We got the Fool card the other day. When you jump off the edge, the universe gives you another path underneath. Then in the reading, my son heard you and said Mario Kart with you. That's awesome. That's so funny. I want to see if anyone else was talking about anything else. No. Cool. Rainbows come after the storm. Rainbows represent the fruits of your labor. You made it through the storm. You made it through the wind, the thrashing trees, the downpour. Here's a rainbow. We're reminding you that everything's okay. This seems like a really cool Pisces season. I'm super excited. So it could be the sign, if you're not sure about what to ask a sign about. Aquarius and Pisces, that's what we're bridging between now. We have a few days of an Aquarius stellium. hardcore authenticity. So if there's a part of you that you've been considering sharing with the world, sharing with your family, sharing with yourself that you haven't brought out yet, you can ask, if this part of myself is really in alignment with my highest good, if this part of myself serves humanity, like, is there a purpose for me to have this part of myself? Is it time for me to let it shine? Give the universe a timestamp. 24 hours, 48 hours. It doesn't matter what the timestamp is, just stick to it. Your job then is to open your damn eyes and look around for your sign. Pisces energy. If Pisces energy resonates more. If you're starting to wonder, is it time for me to let go of this part of my life? Is it time for me to let go of this person, this job, this experience, this desire, this fear? Same thing. If it serves my highest good to let this go, please show me. In whatever comes to mind, whatever comes to mind. I did this one time when I was, actually, I'm going to leave you guys with one story to just, I love my stories. So right after I quit my teaching career, and I just had this healing business, ground zero. I barely had 3 clients. I was stumbling for cash. So I found a horse farm nearby, and I worked there for a few months. And at the time, I was receiving messages to start like a homeschool co-op because I missed the kids, did not miss the system. So I was driving to this horse farm where I was doing manual labor for like 9 hours a day, pretty much making minimum wage. Like, what the hell am I doing with my life? I love the horses, but what the hell am I doing? So I was driving there and I was asking the universe, okay, if this homeschool thing is meant for me, show me a green flower. Now, if you could, off the top of your head, if there's any green flowers that you know of, type it in the chat. Not leaves, green flowers, right? Didn't make any sense, but it came up and I was like, okay. As soon as I got to work, I picked up the watering can, and it was a green watering can with a flower imprinted on it. And that's how magic happens. That's how magic happens. You ask for unruly things, and the same thing, I've been using that watering can every day. Maybe it was in my subconscious, right? And my subconscious knew that I was going to see that watering can with the green flower on it. But consciously, I had no idea that I was going to see a green flower as soon as I walked into work. So I asked for the sign, I got it. I kept continuing that path. It didn't work out then, but if the universe leads you down a certain direction and then it seems to be a dead end, it's never. I learned things going down that path. I met people going down that path. I learned about resources that I might not need right now. I might be able to use them in the future. And who knows, maybe in the future, when I am living on this commune that I want to develop, I will be running a homeschool co-op because I'm definitely going to homeschool my own kids. So maybe at that time, I just needed to know that, yes, this is your path. And I'm off my soapbox now. Thank you guys so much for being here with me today. P just quit teaching. I feel the same way. Miss the kiddos, not the system. Yeah, I still got to do some healing work on that. There's still a big part of me that like is so angry at the world that I had to leave my dream job. But you know, it's okay to heal. Courtney, thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate you. April, great message. Just follow, just flow. Especially walking into Pisces season, it's time to just go with the flow. And if it's time to let something go, it's okay. Something else will replace it. And you're always walking forward. You're always walking down your highest path. Do you trust that? I'll be back next week on Wednesday and Friday. Wednesday, we are talking about Venus and Mars coming together in the sky. Divine Masculine meets up with Divine Feminine in Aquarius. And then on Friday, we're going to be talking about the Virgo full moon and also Mercury entering Pisces. And again, if you want to join my webinar, it's off of Insight Timer. So if you want to come to my webinar where I share my screen and show you guys how to look at your natal chart, how to find certain degrees and planets and stuff in your natal chart, join my email list in my Insight Timer bio. I sent out an email yesterday, but I'll be sending out a follow-up on Wednesday with a link to join that webinar. So I love you all. Carrie, peace and blessings. Greg, love and hugs. Sarah, thank you for your donation. Jen, thank you. Namaste. I have followed and will be back. Love your energy. Thank you. I feed off of you guys. That sounded kind of weird when that came out, but it's the whole tribe. It's the whole room. You guys bring it. I just play off of it. It's great. So great. Blessings to all. Namaste, Helen. Nice to see you again. Happy weekend. Thank you, Janelle. Sending love to all. Namaste. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that video was just as insightful for you as it was for all of us. Darla and I really appreciate you being here with me. Thank you for liking this video, sharing it with a friend who you think would benefit, and subscribing to my YouTube channel. Also, drop a comment and let us know what you got from this video. What was your biggest insight or takeaway? If you want to see what else I'm working on, click on my link tree. It's right underneath this YouTube video. We'll see you next time. Take care.